What? Today.
Sure.
Did you even bother to come into the office today? Nobody else was there.
I know, right? Just holding for.
Nobody answered the phone.
There's only two of us at the office for a while there, and then just me or Jackson for
It's nice car.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Do we have anything for January?
We've got 2 or 3 on the docket, yeah.
Not getting a month off, are we?
I swear, not a single month.
We'll have a plan commission.
Yeah, we got planning commission as well. I'm gonna send you guys out probably this week, the proposed schedule for next year, just where it's out there.
Something on the impervious surface one thing.
With the plan commission. As far as like just a change in general, I think it's just on the docket for just ordinance updates, but we've got, I know a couple of those changes that you guys talked about, those different options. You gotta leave it on.
But we're just,
I'm not sure which way we're gonna go with it. Yeah.
okay.
Are you good for plat Wednesday? It's just one.
Hang on.
You're good. You good?
This week's really filling up fast.
I know.
Yes, I can do that. What time?
Like
8:30?
9.
9?
Yeah, Jim said he'd be in about 9.
Ready, guys?
Yeah.
We're going.
Yep.
December 8th, 2025 Board of Zoning Appeals hearing shall come to order. Charlie, will you give us the roll call, please?
Karen DeForest.
Here.
Landon Brown.
Here.
Doug Smith.
Here.
We got a quorum.
Okay. Go through the rules and procedures for the evening.
Please turn your cell phones off or to vibrate. Please keep conversations to a minimum and when necessary, as quiet as possible. Meetings are recorded. Information concerning the agenda and applications are available on the table near the entrance. Restrooms are located to the north outside of the commissioner's room. Exit is located on the east side of the commissioner's room. Please sign in. Please speak only when at the podium. State your name and address. Speak only to the chair. Be brief and speak to the topic in discussion. Be mindful there is a speaking time limit. Petitioners will be given a time limit of 10 minutes. The remonstrators will have a time limit of 3 minutes. Staff presents a petition. Petitioner speaks for the petition. Members of the public may speak in favor of or opposition of the application. Board members may question remonstrators. Petitioner may address questions with no new evidence presented. Motion is made in the affirmative. If the second is received, discussion will commence. Amendments may be made. Voting will take place. The result will be announced. You ready for the first one?
Yes, go ahead.
B-25-25 A, B, C, D, E, Just Cam LLC, Lori Hyges, petition for 5-dimensional standard variances for a new single-family dwelling. Variances are for a road front setback of 5 feet rather than the 25 feet required, a side yard setback of 3 feet rather than the 5 feet required, a side yard setback of 3 92/100 feet rather than the 5 feet required, a rear yard setback of 19 48/100 feet rather than the 20 feet required, and a minimum ground floor square footage of 528 square feet rather than the 720 square feet required. This is located at Lane 800 Snow Lake, Section 21 of Jamestown Township, map number 760321410229000006. Got the aerial photo here, the property. Then a submitted site plan. We got a couple site photos, one looking from the road, one looking kind of down the road a little bit, and then another angle from the road. That's all I have.
Okay, so we're here today because we want to build a dwelling because my family's getting larger. So I just had the first grandchild this year. So we're running out of room. So as you know, Hickory Island's an older island. This is a piece of property we've had for years. I've been there 56 years. So we're across the street. So this is the property that's across the street from our cottage. You know, a long time ago, we were like, someday we'll build a garage there. Didn't do that. And now we're to the point where we need to create some sort of storage area and then some living quarters at the top because we just don't have any room anymore. I don't think it's a huge ask for several reasons. One, the neighbors on each side go all the way to the road. So you really have enough room to park a car. So it's kind of just the way the houses are because it's an older addition, if you will. They're also kind of tighter. For example, the person, well, if you're looking at the lot to the right, her deck is on our property line. So everything's just snug anyway. We won't interfere with anybody's view because there's nothing behind us. So that's okay. And to the right and left, both are in agreement that it's fine because really it's just sitting there with grass and a shed, right? So I think it's going to make it look nicer as well. I've already talked to people. I have the grinder. I think it got put in today, actually. Yeah. So talk to the well. We can hook up to our well. So everything is ready to go. It's just a matter of, getting the variance from you, which sounds little, but honestly, the property is a pie shape. So that's why it gets so tight in the back as opposed to the front. So that's why it sounds kind of tighter than it is.
Could you give us your name and mailing address for the
Oh,
record?
I'm sorry. Lori Higas, do you want my mailing, home?
Yes.
Okay, 53120 Poppy Road, South Bend, Indiana, 46628.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Karen, do you have a question or two?
Okay, so you're going to have garage underneath and then the housing on top?
Yes, it won't really be a garage because there's not enough room to really pull a car in, right? So it's more of a storage type thing because we're looking for 22 by 24. So it is kind of a garage / storage area, if you will. And then just, I need sleeping quarters. So that's what would be on the second level.
So just sleeping quarters, there's not gonna be a bathroom?
No, there will. So that's why I said the grinder was put in. I already paid for that. I talked to the people for the well. They said they could hook up to our well. So I've talked to people about the logistics of it. So I know it can happen.
Okay, the hookup to the well.
Mhm.
So that means you're gonna go across the road
Under the road. he
or
told
under
me.
the road?
Yeah. Under the road to ours, which is at the back of our cottage. So.
And that's going to be sufficient?
Yeah,
for
he
that?
said it will. Yep. I talked to the well driller guy himself and he said, yeah, that's no problem. And he said, especially since as little as we'll use it, because we don't live up there, it's a cottage, that type of thing. It's not going to be in use all the time.
I'll pass it down.
All right, Landon.
You say you're not gonna use it as a garage?
No, I don't think, 22 by 24, can you get a car in there? Yeah, you probably could. We're really not talking about it for that reason because we have plenty of, we have a big driveway and a part behind our cottage where we can park as well, so.
Is there any reason you can't make it smaller to not have all these, because
Well-
you're over by, just a very small amount on a majority of these. 3.92 rather than 5,
Right,
19.48. If you shave off, because your overhangs don't include this is just foundation.
From what I understand, it is the overhangs from it's not, okay.
Foundation. So is this the foundation print or is this the overhang footprint? You know?
I don't, not with.
That would make a huge difference.
Yeah, 'cause like, at least in my drawing here, it shows like a little dotted line, like that's the,
Yep,
I assume that, but I don't, I mean,
right.
if your numbers are foundation versus overhang or overhang versus foundation, that changes things. But back to my original question, I mean, is there any reason why you can't, I mean, a foot in two directions gives two of these away.
Right. I mean, could we? Yes. Would it give us the space that we need? I mean, obviously, the more space we have, the better it's going to be. And both the neighbors they don't care. I mean, so that's not a problem. And all the cottages are really close together anyway. So I don't see why it would need to be smaller, but could it be? Of course. But yeah, we'd rather it stay at the 22 by 24.
That's. You know, everything we went through the well and the sewer district up there is.
okay. So is there gonna be like a kitchen in there, or is there just like one bathroom and like 3 bedrooms or 2 or
A
whatever?
bathroom, and honestly, it may just keep it open for beds. I mean, it's gonna be pretty bare bones, and if I have
Okay, it's like a
anything.
bunkhouse more than,
It's a bunkhouse, yeah, exactly, honestly, I need a place for beds, that's the truth of it. But there will be a bathroom, just, that's a convenience, right? I mean, you don't want people having to run out to an outhouse.
sure.
So you've got that going on, but, yeah, so there will be that, maybe a sink, I don't know if we'll even have, that, but no, nothing other than that.
Yeah, because our ordinance doesn't really give us a whole lot of guidance in this type of.
Well, that's, my question is, that was to Charlie on my next one. So, I mean, if you read this, I think the waste district says you're allowed to have, what, three traps? That's how it's set up, unless it's a secondary residence. Is this an accessory structure or is this gonna be a
The
secondary?
minute this has a second story with living, it becomes a dwelling by planning standards, because in otherwise it would have to go for additional variances, because you would have just for a second story alone, and then whatever the height would be over the 18 feet to the midpoint. So that would change that as well. So the minute you have the second story with storage below, that becomes a dwelling, even like minimum standard, and you'll see that a lot where people want that overflow, but they mainly want to use it as a garage, but they still have to build it to minimum standards for a house. So that's how we would consider it.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. Anything right now?
I mean, I guess I'm still back to, and you said there's no room for parking on this lot outside of,
Yeah, yeah.
so if this
In
does,
front of it,
if
yeah.
it does get sold, then how do you, I mean, then we're.
Yeah.
And how do we do
And then
that?
with it being tied, the well being tied to each other, it gets sold.
Well, it's both properties, I mean, are joint. I mean, we own them together, right? So,
Are they tied together?
Well, not, at least according to the GIS, it shows that. this
that we
particular
can sell
lot
it
is separate.
separately. So I don't know, we're not selling, but yeah, I mean, we've already been up to 56 years, so probably not going anywhere. But yeah, I guess there's that. But
So how's the parking situation? How's the plan office view this?
It would depend on if they can park in that
Yeah.
garage, if they can park in the drive. How many bedrooms is it?
I honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna put bedrooms in it. I think I'm gonna just have it in.
So
an
if
open
they
place
have
for-
one parking spot for one car, that's
Yeah.
the minimum
Okay,
required.
I just wondered,
Yeah.
we're just asking.
Yeah.
Now, it's just an unusual situation, so we're.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any way you can find out, call somebody to find out whether the overhang's included or not?
I can call someone if you give me a break.
Oh, I open up for the public here in a second, but that may take a minute or it may take 10, I don't know.
Yeah, did you talk to Roger Krugerberg? I don't know if he called you. Do you know
I
if?
didn't.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if he talked to you or not, but, yeah, I'm
Yeah, well,
not sure by the drawing. You guys,
Well, I guess I can
Chris, can
figure
you
it out,
ask Roger,
because it got-
text him?
yes, well, yeah,
Their square footage is based on the living space, it's 528, so that's 24 by,
I know he's aware of that, the builder, so I would assume it's included, because he did talk to me extensively about that, but I'm not a builder and I'm really bad with stuff like that, so I'm not not sure, but we can certainly try to find out.
And the 24 by 22 comes back to 528, which is what the square footage base is as far as.
Yeah, that's got a dashed line out away from the.
I don't want to be inaccurate building. Well, no, because buildings with overhangs is 624. If you go to lot coverage.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's your answer right there.
So there's the answer, because that would be, so if you're doing 1 foot overhangs, what's that? 26, but. That's where, okay, so the 22 by 24
Just to the foundation.
is the foundation, and then the 24 by 26, which is the total building plus overhangs, is the 624, which is outlined on the diagram.
Yeah, so if you cut down the foundation, you just barely touch it, it looks like. I guess I got a question. A lot's kind of steep. Are you gonna like
Dig in.
dig in for the bottom level, and
Yeah.
the second one out at the back part of the
Yeah.
lot might be
It'll be into the hill and then up. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
so away from the street, the backside will
Yes.
probably be only one story
Yeah.
for the neighbors on that side.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Is there anyone in the public that like to speak in favor or opposition to?
I would.
Okay. You can step aside for a moment, please.
Excuse me.
My name's Steve Moore, I live at 08880 State Route 107, Montpelier, Ohio. And I own the place right next to them. You saw it in the one picture. You showed the blue when it was up on the hill. And this last year, we've been talking about going bigger if we can. Well, I'm just up here in the lobbying for me right now that if these dimensions are okay for them, I would at least like that for mine if we decide to go bigger. But I have no problems with them doing what they're doing.
Okay.
So
Well, we weigh each case on its own merits.
I understand, but I'm just saying my
Okay.
piece right now, well, I can't, so.
All right. Thank you.
uh-huh.
Anyone else like to speak in favor or opposition to this variance request? Okay, the public portion's closed. Do we want to consider having like the primary residence and this secondary one kind of link
That's what I was
the deed
thinking.
restriction? That they stay together?
Have to record a covenant requiring both lots to be sold together or not to be sold separately. That would apply to both lots. Very simple covenant.
Yeah. Can do.
Okay.
That would make me feel better with the well and.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
one reason right there is the well is, now is the grinder, is that separate? Is that connected to the primary lot or is that?
No, they're two. So we have our one for our house and one for the dwelling.
Okay, so the water is the only thing that's,
That would be connected.
okay. All right.
But yeah, connecting them isn't a big deal. I mean, we both
Yeah, I'm
properties
just,
for years.
we're just
But yeah,
trying to justify what we're
Yeah.
asking for here.
makes sense.
Okay. I think let's do two at a time, A and B, C and D, and then we'll do E separate. So as far as the voting goes, if you, I'll entertain a motion if, for that point.
See.
Front.
Yeah, let's do A and B, and C and D, and then we'll do E.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move to approve petition B dash 25-25A as well as B dash 25-25B. Do we need to apply a condition to each one of them, or would we apply?
The condition to each one.
Yeah.
With the condition that. Don, how do you want it?
So
That a covenant be recorded tying the two lots together and assuring that either lot can be sold separately without the approval of the plan commission, the plan department or the plan commission.
let me see. We got a covenant be recorded tying the two lots together to not be sold separately without approval of the plan commission.
Correct. As presented, because you may not need them. Each of these are as presented because a couple of them you may not need if
Right.
Right, I'm just gonna put. You've got that.
You did A and B as motion.
Sorry. Right.
It's better to be thorough. Variance A right now the vote is 1 for, 2 against. And variance B is also 1 for and 2 against, so we do not have a conclusion tonight.
It goes to the next meeting.
Yeah.
It's rescheduled for the next meeting when you don't have 3 votes.
So then do we table all the rest of these for the next meeting since?
We can vote them through.
We can
Okay,
vote
no.
on them, or it's up to the petitioner. You're gonna have to present everything at the next.
Right, that's what I'm
meeting.
saying. You're gonna have to represent every, I guess.
It's up to the petitioner. Since they don't have 3 votes, we had 2 people missing tonight, and you have to have 3 votes one way or the other. So you're going to present again at the next meeting. Do you want to have them table the remaining variances and just take them all up at the same time? Or do you want them to vote on those tonight?
Yeah, what are they? What ones?
We have 2 setbacks.
Yeah, we don't really know the ABCD. I'm not sure what you're,
Yeah, I
A
understand.
was your road front setback,
okay,
and the B was the, one of your side yard setback.
That's what was voted on tonight.
okay.
And then you still have your other side, your rear, and your minimum.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, let's just go with the first 2 now, because, I mean, I don't know if we can move on.
So you're requesting they table the remaining, the next meeting, where they'll all be considered at the same time?
I want to know what it is. So you can rebody here what we're gonna do.
Oh,
I've seen that.
Well, these still could go through at the next meeting. You would just, because you're gonna have 2 other votes that could move that in either direction. It could move it for or move it against. So it still could pass. Just because you have a 2-1 currently doesn't mean you won't get a 3-2 by the next meeting. It's just whether or not you want to present again.
yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, being that there's nobody essentially other than just the one person for or against it, I don't know that it's not like we have a room full of
Now,
people.
would it help if I came back too? Are we gonna have to present it the same way we did?
Well, this is recorded and there's minutes, so it would be, I mean, if anybody wanted to know if there was anybody in favor of it, it would still be.
So there really are only 2 neighbors that are impacted, so him and another one.
And
I can get,
Present any additional evidence
Oh, I'm
right now.
sorry.
They can't consider it. Say the hearing has been concluded, but if you do wish to come back, which I assume you do, then I would suggest we just do all the petitions the next time as opposed to voting again and again.
yeah,
Okay. And when you come back, you may have additional evidence regarding the overhang. You may not need a couple of these.
Which that would be, if she did have an amendment to that be just because of the questions that were asked, she would still be allowed to present that, correct?
Sure, you can always go, if there was you can always reduce the variance or eliminate the variance. You just can't increase it.
yeah. Which side is B?
I don't have that.
He was the 3 foot.
So it would be the west side.
West side?
That's. It's
Side, okay, yeah. Yeah, she's on the front. Okay.
So a motion, the table at the request of the petitioner.
Okay, is somebody gonna make the motion?
So I will make the motion for the rest of these to be tabled per the petitioner's request.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Karen DeForest,
Yes.
Landon Brown,
Yes.
Doug Smith.
Yes. Okay, this,
You want to give them the date of the next meeting?
Be, I think it's December 13th. Let me actually,
it says,
January.
January 13th, sorry.
Well, this is January.
Yeah, 5 days from now. No.
January 12th.
January 12th.
Is what you've got up here. So, I don't know. We haven't approved the meeting schedule for next week.
Yeah, but that one will
First one
probably
should-
be,
Yes, it'll be January 12th.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock in this room.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think we'll move on to the next one then.
Thank you.
John, just for my clarifications, anybody that voted tonight will not vote again next month?
that for the first
You'll
year.
vote again.
Okay.
The evidence, you can present again, present additional evidence, look, the evidence.
So just, yeah, we're just starting over.
Start.
And since that is just restarting, would notices just be the same exact way? Would we send out public notice again? Okay, perfect. That's just what I wanted to clarify.
Okay.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's move on.
B-25-26, Steve Iker and Matt Zinsmaster petition for one-dimensional standard variance for a new deck addition. Variance is for a lakefront setback of 28 feet and 6 inches rather than the 50 feet required. Located at 3159 West Sycamore Beach Road, Section 8 of Pleasant Township. Map number 760608410108000011. Here's the aerial photo. Submitted site plan. I believe I have 2 pictures, one looking towards the lake and one looking from the lake. That's all I have.
My name is Doug Dick. My address is 3445 West Sycamore Beach Road in Angola here. I would be project managing the remodel. We're granting variance tonight. And so what we're looking for, the house already has an existing deck on it. And so we're asking for basically an additional 4 feet of to build closer to the lake. So the existing deck is 21 feet wide. It's 8 foot deep. It's in some disrepair. It needs to be fixed or replaced. And so in that process of doing that, we would like to request that we can make it 21 feet wide, 12 foot deep, primarily to make it more functional. It's not really functional as it is with the current depth. In addition to that, we, if we're doing that project, we would also be doing some re-landscaping and stuff there, which we'd be removing some old pavers that have been there since the original home was constructed. And replacing them with just more of a permeable limestone, crushed limestone, and some flagstone steps. And so we would actually be improving the permeable surface area, even with the addition of the additional 4 feet onto the building. So
Okay. Any questions?
Are you gonna increase the deck's an elevated deck,
the deck is an elevated deck.
correct? And then the underneath, are you gonna extend that out as well, or is it just?
That would extend, the deck would come out 4 feet, as would the patio underneath it.
Okay, so patio's gonna increase as well. And again, that was my question. I apologize. It was poorly asked. That's all I have.
And that would be, I believe that's gonna be like a composite board patio type thing, as opposed to like a poured foundation.
No, that's all I have.
Okay, Karen?
How is that on the traverse line? I mean,
It would be behind the traverse line where it would be encroaching.
it would,
Yeah.
Both the neighbors are back for, yeah, so that.
yeah,
Well,
that's where,
if you look at the north neighbor there, at least if you look at their deck, if we went out 4 feet, we would be exactly in line with the deck of the neighbor on the north there. And then the neighbor immediately to the south, that's the original cottage that is up on the road, but then that next house, his deck also extends out further, closer to the lake than what we would be with the new deck. So To the north, we'd be exactly the same as our neighbor. To the south, 2 doors down, we'd actually still be further away from the lake.
I can't really see the pictures that we got.
Is there any, are you proposing a roof over the second story at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any plans to like enclose it with screens or windows or?
No windows, no permanent screens.
Do you mind if we put that as part of the condition that this deck not be enclosed in the future?
Yeah, I mean, would we be okay with a movable screen?
Yes,
Because
but-
that's something we've been discussing.
yeah, with nothing permanent, nothing like windows or walls or anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because we're asking for a variance, that's kind of the, ask for those things. Anybody else have a question?
I do have a picture on my phone if you want to see those kind of north and south views. I believe we submitted, I'm not sure why they were in the package, but if you're interested, I can do it. Okay,
I do.
all right.
Okay. Anybody, questions again? Or are we good? Okay. All right. Have a seat. I'll ask public. Is there anyone in the public like to speak in favor or opposition for this variance request?
Can I actually add one thing? Or is I'm
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Again, what was submitted to the planning commission there is, I believe, both neighbors on both sides submitted an email to the board in
Oh, yeah.
favor. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah.
that's for the public portion.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Those that are in the record. Is there anyone like to speak? The public portion, okay. We have 2 letters here. We have one from the Singletons. The Singletons they say they're good with the variance that they're asking for. And then we have one from Frank Rardin. Okay, I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, he says he's completely on board. So you have 2 favorable recommendations from neighbors. Have it. Okay, the Singletons are at 3165 West Sycamore Beach Road. I don't know, Frank, this doesn't have an address for him, but,
It's really to the south.
They're the ones on each side.
okay, thank you. All right, I'll entertain a motion with the condition that it not being closed.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move to approve petition B-25-26 with the condition that the proposed structure is not to be permanently enclosed.
I'll second that.
Okay, this variance has passed by a 3-0 vote count. Yeah, that's been a while, John.
You know, that's, sorry.
Yeah, well, we just leave them there.
You're fine.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's rock and roll here.
Yeah, B-25-27, Tricia Hill and ISS Land Management LLC petition for one land use variance for a yoga therapy studio. Variance is to turn part of an existing commercial structure, the yoga therapy studio, located at 2400 West State Road 120, Section 22 of Jamestown Township, map number 7603 22 Aerial photo of the property. Submitted floor plan. Get a couple of site photos as well. That's all I have.
Hi, my name is Tricia Hill. My address is 615 Lane 105 Lake James, Angola. And I'm here to request and ask for a variance for a yoga therapy studio that will also involve bringing cancer services into Steuben County. What do you want to know? Because I can go on all night long. I'll let you ask questions.
Okay.
And it's a pre-existing commercial building. And you can see there's enough room for parking. Depending on what you want to know, I don't know if you want to know how many people I expect.
Yeah, well, just give us a scope of your business, your hours,
So
clientele and such.
I've been in school for several years as a holistic therapist and Ayurvedic practitioner. So what I do is more one-on-one. I work a lot with people that have neurological disorders, cancer patients, and addictions, alcohol and drug addictions. So a lot of what I do is that one-on-one, but everybody loves yoga. So I'm also a yoga teacher. So I would probably 5 days a week offer one class to the public, but generally I'd be more one-on-one working with people with conditions. As far as traffic, if I have a yoga class, I would not imagine there to be more than 8 people at a time.
What business hours? Are you gonna be like 8 to 5? Or are you gonna be nights and weekends? What? are you thinking?
It'll be sporadic. It's all trial and error because if I do hold yoga sessions, everybody wants to come at 9 o'clock and they want to come at 5:30. So there would be a session at 9 in the morning for an hour and then a session at 5:30 at night for an hour. As far as the clientele for the private sessions, I work with a lot of cancer patients, but it's not 8 hours a day.
Mhm.
I would say the most I would be open would be 5 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Is this going to be like a year-round type operation? Okay.
Absolutely.
Is there something that makes this site better than any other sites, or is it just convenience and there's no?
My husband owns it, so it's free for me. And it makes it more accessible for me to, people who have cancer or addictions, they don't have a lot of money sitting around. So a yoga therapist can charge $125 an hour, and I don't want to. I want to be able to offer it to people at a low cost or no cost at all. And I can't do that in a strip mall because that's $1,500 to $3,000 a month, which means I'd have to charge out the wazoo to be able to pay those bills. And when I can just count on my husband to pay the bills for me. If you want me to be honest, I would like this to be, I would like it to be where people can afford this, not everybody has money where they can afford this kind of holistic approach.
What about signage?
I'd like to have a sign.
You would like to?
Yes, but I can settle without one.
Well, I'm not saying you would have to, but I'm just asking, like, what are your thoughts? Are you like a LED lit, like light up, like sign that's 6x6 at the end of the road or?
I was thinking one on the building that faces the road. And if I could have a sign wherever it's appropriate to have one by the road, that would be great too.
How does that work, Charlie? Because this is EC, so if it goes to allowable for commercial usage, does she then fall into commercial signage? Or does that would have to be another variance?
It would depend, I mean, what do you mean by commercial signage? Like me,
Well, if it's own commercial, right, that opens you up as far as your sign
she would
sizes.
have all the available, signage. Basically, she could do like a pole sign for a business if she wanted to, because that would be a commercial use on the property. And it would be, because it wouldn't be considered off premise at that point. They could do, that would be the only one I can think of really commercial that sticks out, which would be like a pole sign. But other than that,
Since
really,
they own, they can put a sign up.
yeah. It wouldn't be considered like an off premise sign because they're not advertising something that's somewhere else.
I visited the site, during the site survey weeks ago. Is there a residence on this lot? I can't remember.
There, when we bought it, there was a modular, a trailer sitting on there. We took it out and donated it to someone that had a house fire. So that is not there anymore. The house trailer is not.
Okay. And do you live like close by or miles?
About 5 minutes away.
Okay.
There's no existing bathroom in that building? is
There
there?
is an existing, when we bought it, there was a bathroom in it.
Perfect.
Any questions, Karen?
Yeah, you guys have been,
Just going right through them.
yeah.
Well, there's people here, so they might have questions too, so we'll.
Right.
All right. Do you have any more questions, Landon?
Not right now. Thank you.
Have a seat. We'll open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that can speak in favor or opposition?
I'll speak in favor only because I'm her husband. It's Timothy Hill, but I go by Andy, 615 Lane 105, Lake James, Englewood. I just wanted to point out, the property, the building is 40 by 150. It's a commercial building. It's actually a new core steel building. So I'm obviously not wanting to change the structure of that. We just want to build like a box inside of the structure. With, taking it up about 2,000 square feet. The drive's concrete all the way up, and then there's a complete concrete parking pad that's already been poured there as well. Drainage is done, so really it's just, doing the work inside, so. Any other questions there on that? I thought that might just help if you couldn't see it from the pictures. So, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else like to, yeah,
Yeah.
I just have a question.
just come forward. We're recording it, so we'd like, so that's the only reason we needed to come.
Don Stevens, 240 Lane, 755 Snow Lake, Fremont, Indiana. I'm just wondering about if she does put an outdoor sign, how far back from the road? Because that's, there's a curve there and people are always flying around there pretty
I
fast.
believe off the top of my head, it's 10 feet from the right of way. So it wouldn't be where that yellow is on the map there. It'd have to be at least, that's where the right of way ends. It would be 10 feet beyond that.
Would there be a sign size?
It would just depend. If it was a pole sign, I think the max size, and this is just off the top of my head, is like 50 square feet. So like a 10 by 5, something like that. That's the biggest size for like a pole sign. Then you've got the ground signs, and I think that's like 30 square feet, something like that.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else like to come forward and speak? Okay. All right. Yeah, what else?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve petition V-25 dash, is this a land use? 25-27 as presented.
I'll second that.
I thought it was special exception.
Really, right.
Yeah.
Slow to get going.
That's
almost like-
This variance request has passed by a 3-0 vote count, so you guys don't have to come back in January.
I thought of one condition. Very good. That Dave Miller participate.
Don't get him.
I will.
I forbid him to talk tonight.
I come out of control.
And it takes. Just wait to tell you, but I mean, it's only been a couple of weeks, 14 days. Yeah. I've got that.
There's one thing that I know is untrue about the petitioner's statement. Either Bill or I love yoga.
I'm sure I could find a way to make you fall in love with it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Crazy.
We didn't have any minutes, did we? Okay. I didn't think we did, but I missed it. I know it's been a ways.
So, staff question again, but so since we're tabling this other one for next month, does that fill up how does that?
Well, we're already past the deadline for next month anyway, so
It'll be the first one on
it'll
the.
be the first one on the document.
all right. Is there any more business shall come for this board this evening? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.
You want me a bill? Tired of waiting on the bill before the end of this year.
7:53.
I've been.
Sorry, I just didn't.
Need the bills.
Sorry.
Bring them with me tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
You know what? We have
I haven't seen
five on the
you
board for a
forever.
reason.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
We're little.
I know. We grew up